Are you okay? Have you been going through something lately in your life that you just don't know how to overcome? Have you been fighting a fight that you just can't seem to win? Maybe it's the fact that the fight that you are actually fighting is fighting you back. Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of Take the Wheel Tuesday, where today we'll be talking about knowing what you are fighting and what's fighting you, but ultimately asking yourself, am I willing or am I unwilling to keep going? So let's get into this greatness. So I got this week's inspiration from, as always, my pastor in some way, but by the author Gary John Bishop in his book, Yourself. It's a really good book. It's a self-help book that allows you to get out of your own mind and just uncloud your judgment when you are clouded. And so he brought up the importance and the difference between willingness and unwillingness. And I thought it was pretty interesting. And so I came up with 5 principles that I feel like every American in society goes through this at some point in their life. And so the first one is going to be higher education, whether that is getting a GED to a PharmD, to certifications or a license. Next, career advancements, whether that is getting a promotion or raise or finding a better job, as well as starting a business and learning how to turn your talents and your gifts into a business to where you can in turn get a profit from. Next, relationships. We all go through those. Body goals, because we all want to look snatched at some point, whether you are a male or a female. We all trying to look good for ourselves, and then hey, you know what's up? I know, I'm cute. And then lastly, self-improvement, whether that is mental health or just learning how to overcome everyday challenges and everyday experiences. And so with these things, I thought about why we do certain things. We're either doing them for the right reasons or the wrong reasons, if we're being honest. And a lot of times we end up doing it for the wrong reason because we're viewing something looking on the outside in. So it looks good. Somebody else got more than what we have. We want that big lifestyle, the big house, the fancy car, traveling, vacations on every island every 3 months. We want all of those things, but we fail to neglect all of the things that comes with it. That sacrifices, that is patience, that is eating hot dogs and pinto beans for 6 months, that is not having weekends off, not taking your usual vacations, not seeing your friends and family or talking to them, and just whatever it is that it takes to get to that point. We kind of neglect thinking about those things. And so when we're doing it too, we're doing it for the wrong reasons because we're looking for validations. And when we look for validations in things, a lot of times they don't come out the way that we want them to. Because again, we're not doing it for the right reason. We're not doing it for our own self-worth. We're doing it for the benefit of somebody else or how it appears to be looking from somebody else. Did that come out right? We just trying to look good for somebody else. There we go. And when we're doing those things, it kind of backfires on us. And so ultimately it comes down to the question, why am I doing it? And am I willing? So am I willing to sacrifice not having this or going through this for this amount of time, months, years? Or am I unwilling to be unhappy any longer? Am I unwilling to continue fighting something that don't even deserve a fight? So the overall picture pretty much is actually knowing how to overcome things by asking the right questions, by actually facing yourself and saying, am I willing? Why am I doing this? What am I personally gaining from doing this? What is the ultimate outcome that I am looking for, and is it going to actually happen? This is a weird example. I was on the phone with my little sister and I was like, yo, I've been wanting some Zaxby's for like 3 months, but I'm frugal, and so I'm like, I just don't feel like I need to go spend $10 on some wings and things right now. And she was like, well, don't. I was like, but I really want it. She said, is it gonna be as good as you think it's gonna be when you get it? And I was like, dang, that's true, because I ain't had it a long time. And when you decide you finally go get something, when you really don't want it or you know you don't need it, it don't hit the same. And when I got it, it didn't hit the same. So I was just like, yo, that is so crazy. So at the end of the day, we have to ask ourselves, really, what are we gonna get out of it? Whatever fight or whatever it is that you are going through right now, ask yourself, why am I going through it? What is going to be the ultimate income? What am I going to benefit out of it? And am I willing to continue this fight for whatever reason it is? And are you doing it for the wrong and for the right reasons? As far as like self-improvement goes, like I hate when people say, oh, I don't think seeking counsel or therapy is necessary. Okay, you're not going to be good for yourself or nobody else if your mental health is not where it needs to be. You are not going to advance in life, period, if your mental health is not where it needs to be. So use those resources that are given to you to take advantage so that you can be 100% the person that you want to be in life. Relationships. We all want, well, not everybody want to be married, but a lot of us don't want to be in a relationship for 2 months, a year. We want to past those 2 and 3 year markers. But are you willing to sacrifice, compromise, or go through the hardship that relationship takes? If you, well, you all on Instagram, go watch Devon Franklin's, that's Megan Good's husband. He has a really good series on relationships right now, and just the difference between a man and a woman, and knowing your title and not giving in to a title before you have one, but what it takes to get there. As far as jobs go, okay, we all want that big house. We all want to ride in that car that we just, whew, that thing look good. But we are not willing to put in the amount of work that is required to get there. Again, are you willing to not work on the weekends? Are you willing to work on the weekends? Work 16 to 18 days straight without a day off. And then that day off is technically not a day off because you still got your everyday responsibilities to take care of. Are you willing to eat pinto beans and hot dogs for a year? Are you willing to not have any vacations for a year plus? You know, are you willing to go back to school? Are you willing to work and still get a higher education at the same time and still try to live a life as best as you can? You have to think about those sacrifices and the things that it takes to get to the places that we want to be in our lives. But at the end of the day, we have to ask ourselves the right questions. Why am I doing it? What am I going to benefit at the end of the day? Am I willing or am I unwilling? And what is it that I truly have to do? Am I going to be completely vulnerable with myself and honest with myself? So all I'm saying is make sure that we're making our decisions for the right reasons. And if you realize that you made a decision for the wrong reason, how are you going to turn around to benefit in your favor? Don't seek validations from anybody, because only you can determine your fate as far as your happiness goes, as well as prayer and faith. Be willing to deny yourself completely. Be open enough with yourself to where you can really clear your mind of what it is that you need to be doing or how you should be thinking or going about things in life. And just overall, just having patience and just enjoying the life that you have. Because like J. Cole said, like, it's always going to be a house bigger than the one you got. But as long as the people in it love you dearly, that's all that matters. It's always going to be a better car than the one you rocking. But you got a car. It's always going to be better clothes and fancier shoes than the ones that you have in your closet. But you got clothes and shoes. You know, so it's always going to be something better than what we have. But we have to be okay with the things that we have now so that eventually we can continue to grow and get the things that we desire in the future. So that's all I have for today. That's my food for thought. Just be mindful and be honest with yourselves and the questions that you are asking yourselves and the reason as to why you're doing these things. Just because it look good on social media or somebody else doing it don't necessarily mean that they happy. I'm just saying. So you guys be great with greatness. As always, thanks for watching. Join in on the conversation in the comment section below, and I will see you next week.